Now I can begin some exploration outside of town, and I kind of want to follow this path and stick to the right a little bit. Or really, just get to the forest and then go straight up, so that's kind of the general gist. I'm gonna try not to get too terribly sidetracked, but, you know, that's kind of how it goes when you play these games. You see something interesting and you go, oh, I want to see what that is. Maybe there's something rewarding or fun or interesting over there, and then next thing you know, you've, explored a quarter of the map. And here's some seeds of a fire root. So now I can start getting seeds from monster stomachs. Kind of interesting, I guess. Oh, I got stuck moving forward. And I couldn't turn or do anything else. A little bit concerning there. I tried to draw my weapon and it's like the controls just locked up for a second. River Myrt. And fishing rods. I was targeting something up there. Burmer Farm. Whack. This guy's got meadow knotweed. What is this mysterious sound I hear? Those are some type of goblin looking thing. They look like skeletal shadows though. Like, never seen anything like that before. My camera is also like refusing to zoom in. What is happening? I don't understand. None of my mice are working, and I have many equipped on my desktop. There, one of them started to work. There we go. Okay. I don't know why it got stuck, but very strange. Oh, look, those are the mantises. That's not quite the direction I want to be going for my quest. But look, there's mantises and a cave and glowing lights. And mysterious wind sound effects. And up top is something else that looks really weird. It looks kind of like an oversized tick. And the wind sound effect is just cutting in and out a little awkwardly. Whack. Come at me, bro. Are all of them like always going to have a seed, and is it always going to be the same seed? So memory serves, there are some, there's like a bounty to get some sort of like a scavenger, a fire scavenger or something. Maybe not this far out. I think it was closer to the city, but I have a bounty to do something with killing fiery scavengers. Wanted posters halfway down. So, Slick Hand I have murdered. I really wish like that could get crossed off the list. Report the appearance of unusual scavengers being pecked by these beasts. Seems to have caused burn-like wounds. One such individual was recently seen near the abandoned huts at the southwest gate. So that's probably not here, because that's too far away from where I am. And Valeria's vineyard area has the fatty guy, and the wolf den, wherever that is, don't know, don't care. The one outside of Silbach is the wet bandit who, like, practically one-shots me. And then Valerio's vineyard has wild boars? What, did I have two about Valerio's vineyard? Oh, one of them is between Valerio's and the city, so, okay. I didn't get a chance, did not give myself a chance to read what that seed was. These don't have seeds. How about if the other guy comes at me? Ay, ay, ay. Mole rat. Some mole rats have fire nettle. Nothing to be had there. I guess it makes sense if the wolves are supposed to be carnivores, they wouldn't have plant seeds in their stomachs. Unless they have the stomach of an herbivore in their stomachs, and then I can, through transitive property... It might have been one of these fire things one had, I don't know. Where's my food? Foods... Boar stew on wine. So if I eat that, that'll give me a maximum hit point bonus. And it will heal 125, and I have 267, so that's probably worth eating now. And it seems like every one of these is going to give me +1, so... Attention, danger. It's like a disturbing beast.
Niczego tu nie znajdę. Nic tu nie ma. Nie ma czego tu nie
Nothing to be had there. Nothing to be had there. Nothing to plunder.
Nic tu nie ma czego plądrować.
So how difficult could a mantis be? About to find out. They hit somewhat hard. Can I get a mantis head? Heyo, head of a mantis. I think in Gothic 2 Night of the Raven, you didn't even need a trophy skill to get these. You just popped them right off their bodies. A little disappointed that I can't take their mandibles. I can take Field Raider mandibles and Minecrawler mandibles. I wonder, what does a mantis eat? Does it eat other bugs, or does it eat vegetables? Or vegetation, I guess, would be the more appropriate term if they're eating, like, grass. If I have another boar stew, that'll give me +1 health. Okay.
Niczego tu nie znajdę.
That really needs to be kind of an ideal priority. What did that need besides the boar meat, though? It was like some type of special wine. Something I didn't have a whole lot of and would probably have to go out of my way to buy if I wanted to try to make that recipe in large quantities. Sacred sock. So what is this thing up here? That's a crab. It don't look like no crab I ever seen. But I do need to kill crabs to get crab meat. So maybe it's worth trying to get up there. See if I can kill it. Ooh. How hard can a crab be? I think I read that they're supposed to be weak to blunt weapons, with having the hard shell that, you know, you need to break through blunt force as opposed to trying to cut through with a blade. So I might be in good shape with my Harnach. So, I'm gonna double check the software here. It seems to be alright. So... Ooh, boar? There's human dwellings up here. Am I somehow approaching campsites? Is there a crab like right in front of me that I can't see, or am I hearing the other one really far away, much closer? Something has aggroed me. I might have aggroed a crab just now. Wherefore art thou, crab? Combat music can't quite decide if it wants to start or not. Oh, come on now. You didn't have to slide and belly flop. Oh no, there's a cave over here. There's so much stuff. You see, like when I say you try to focus on one thing and then you get sidetracked. I was like, okay, my path is north. Oh, there's this field with mantises in a cave. Oh, but look, there's a crab up there. Let me go to the crab. Oh, look, there's a cave. And I'm just like, ah. I mean, that's what good world design does, and that's why I find games like this so much more entertaining than like a Bethesda game. And I always get like hate mail from people on my Bethesda game reviews when I complain about the world design feeling somewhat bland and empty. And they're like, there's tons of stuff to do. There's stuff everywhere you look. And I'm like, not really. Like, if you've played the Gothic games, then there's no way you can compare Skyrim to Gothic 2, for example. And this game is, like, up there as well. Maybe even better, honestly, in terms of the level design and all of that. But it's you know, it does a good job of
Nic tu nie ma.
getting you actively engaged with meaningful things to do. And because of the steep difficulty curve, with the no scaling enemies and no scaling loot, the steep cost to buy things and to to train skills, that and the fixed placement of every single piece of loot, it makes it so that way every little thing you do matters, and every little thing feels like it's contributing in some way towards your overall progression, which is what makes the exploration satisfying. More so than just, oh, hey, look, there's something interesting, I want to see what that is. You also get the tangible reward of all these neat things that, admittedly, some of them are kind of small, relatively insignificant, but they add up over time. And there's a key.
Nic tu nie ma.
What does that go to?
Bez właściwego klucza nigdy tego nie otworzę.
I need to double check all of my keys. I still don't know what this goes to, but I've got key to the chapel, don't need. Key to the bedroom, kinda need. Rusty key to the old chest, I don't remember what that's for. Another key to the chapel. Dima's key to her chest. So this will be a different key. What type of key? I don't know. But I'm guessing it goes to that door behind me. From the Mole Rat Cave. No special hints about anything in the item description other than just where I found it. Open says me. Okay. I was fully expecting there to be like an uber mole rat in here, or just something completely ridiculous that would curb stomp me. Suspicious meat cleaver. This sounds like a quest item. What does a suspicious meat cleaver look like? The name David is engraved on it. So who is David? David? Wood? That's just crafting material. I guess at some point, somebody is going to send me into this cave looking for somebody named David. Oh, can we get out of here? And then I may be able to just say, hey, I have a suspicious meat cleaver right here. You don't put a unique name tag and description on an item if it's not going to be used for a quest. So that's the only logical conclusion I can take from that.
Nic tu nie ma.
Nothing there. The bear is pretty tough. I don't know, it kind of seems like this would be a former, like, log cutter camp. If, you know, David was a woodsman or whatever, but don't know what that meat cleaver was. That's like a butcher's tool, more so than a lumberjack. Yeah, how bad is the crab going to hurt? There's two of them. I only want the one. Come at me, mine crabber. Oh, he hits pretty hard. Pretty doable, though. There's my crab pincers. Is that what I needed for the butcher? 2 portions of crab pincers, so that's pretty convenient. Fish in beer batter. I could use this. I'd like to use something that doesn't have so much mana restoration. Spicy soup with cabbage, mushroom, and herb broth. Yay. Fried fish skins. There's a permanent +5 from a varied diet. Oh, there's a dragon snapper over there. That's concerning. Okay, so these crabs really weren't as bad as I thought they'd be, either initially or after that first one. It still hit hard enough that I would be whittling down my supplies pretty quickly if I went into too many of them all willy-nilly. Bread with meat and farmer sandwich. These seem like a good couple items to eat. I know I can kill a bear, but I kind of got lucky one time. I tried to fight one by myself. I might be getting lucky here. Easy exploit. Just pin it against a wall, and you can stun lock it to death. I do get 2 hunks of bear fat and a gluttonous bear skin. Strange skin. Looks like a bear soiled it with honey. Do I have other bear skins that say gluttonous? This is some kind of special bear. It's like a golden bear who's obsessed with honey. Like, is that supposed to be a reference to something? Like graham cracker or a mascot or Pooh Bear. Look at those goblins. They sound like they're right next to me. As did that dragon snapper. A little disconcerting when you just feel like there's something right next to you. Oh, come on now. There we are. Anything up top? We got a couple items. No creatures that I can identify. Oh. Oh. Is he falling down into Burmer's farm? Is he gonna, like, murder everyone down there? Are they gonna murder it? Okay, I guess I'll just loot this stuff then. Where'd it go? It's still trying to get me. Oh, I can steal Burmer's cabbages. That's good, I need cabbage. Who's this? Generic hunter. I'm waiting for that dragon snapper to somehow miraculously teleport on top of me. Like he gets, the game resets him back up to his natural spot and he just one-shots me while I'm moseying around minding my own business with my guard completely down. What is this? A mana extract. I saw it. Don't you take it away from me. Give me mana extract. Don't tell me this is mandatory, This might be a mandatory telekinesis moment. Interesting. Okay. I guess it's interesting to have in situations like that when things are just out of reach and you have to use a spell scroll or something else to get it. We've seen that before with that ring on top of the under construction ship's bow. One more little resource that you have to manage and consider when you're exploring. Time to test my metal against a lizard. These guys, I feel like they can be either surprisingly easy or insanely hard. But if I can beat lurkers, the lizard should be alright. Oop. Didn't do so great timing all of that. Lizard skins are somewhat valuable. Food. Beer bread. That one's got some good healing value. And apples and pastry. This preserves the natural properties of apples. I actually meant to craft a whole bunch of those. That way I could get more progress towards my strength bonuses. But I forgot. There is a frying pan back there, though, at the campsite. I could go maybe possibly bake up some fresh apple pie. Flawless victory. Who are these people? Bandits, huh? Are they aggro bandits or dialogue bandits? That's an important distinction to make. I don't like aggro bandits. Surprised that there's nothing in the burned out huts. Thought maybe there would be, like, at least a skeleton bone in the one. Okay, now who or what is this? This is kind of getting out of the bounds of where I really want to be going. It's like leading up towards the Araxos gold mine, so I will not go any farther than this. Who are these people? Are they workers? Ergo and Beekeeper. Interesting. They might have a quest to kill a gluttonous bear that might have been like stealing their honey. Maybe also a quest to look for either David or whoever murdered David. We don't know if that butcher's axe belongs to the corpse, as if the corpse person was murdered, or if the if the murderer left it behind on the corpse. I think the axe was kind of might have been impaled in the skeleton, which would imply that the killer left it behind, but it'd have to be some pretty extenuating circumstances to leave your personalized weapon behind like that. Oh. Come now, you can climb up onto that. How about this? Can you look like you could grab... Come on. There you go. So anything in here? Come on now, give me something. Like a skeleton bone? Something? Anything? What in the world was that sound effect? Felt like I was falling into a hellish void. So my quest directions are more or less just straightforward. I take as minimal detours as I can to get there. I'll kill some scavengers. Hopefully before they kill me. Actually, you know what? I made a big deal about this earlier. I really should be switching to edge protection. Because these things, they all tend to be edge damage, right? That's where I should be going, but I see a mantis, so I am compelled to rip its head off. Oh, there's the third one. I only saw the two. It's good camouflage. So now that I've killed a bunch of mantises, I'm immediately going to discover that there is a trophy skill to take their wings or their plates or whatever, and then I will regret having spent all this time killing mantises. Just like when I was killing the field raiders, and I was like, hey, this is good, and then immediately, oh, I can take the field raider mandibles? No! So raspberries are supposed to give permanent bonus to dexterity. Well, these are good for whatever I can use them for. Again, that one apple pie recipe is very clearly about specifying that it preserves the natural qualities of the apples. I don't remember seeing that for any of these recipes that use the raspberries or that other recipe that used apples.
Nie ma czego plądrować, tu nie ma.
I have a memory of having read a tutorial book at some point that had specified you could would not lose the special properties of these things, but I don't remember if I read that in this playthrough or if that was... Oh, that's a bear. Very stealth bear. I'm dead. It was unexpected. Completely unexpected. Friggin' bear just hiding behind a rock. Edge protection there. Edge protection. Remember to do a little bit more frequent saving as I get closer towards bear death. Come at me. Oh no, not both of them. I got greedy. Sure, I'll have a berry jam. Why not? And then fish and beer batter. Even though it restores mana and I don't necessarily need to, it's something that I can clear from my inventory. Get rid of some of this clutter. And contribute towards an allegedly healthy diet. Well, if not a healthy diet, then a varied diet. Now I see the bear. When I was approaching from this angle, it was completely invisible. Ow. Buzz off. I ain't dealing with you right now. So this path, it looks like, might go under a rock bridge and lead me to the shore. So if I do go along this path, I might be able to loop back and explore the other routes on my way out. That might be worth planning to do. But we have a bear over here who looked at me kind of suspiciously before he murdered me, so I want to kill this guy and take his fat. Much easier to get it into this position when you know that it's here and can approach from the right angle, prepared and ready to cheese him to death. All right. Now all of this is starting to really push me out of the way of where I wanted to go. But once again, I will go back to my previous point about the density of content and how there's always interesting things in these games that are pretty tightly packed into a denser space. That way you can always feel that compulsion to explore the next thing that's not even around the next corner. It's just like right there, you know? You say, oh, I'm gonna go focus on my quest, but wait, there's the field with some mantises, and there's a cave behind them, but wait, I see a crab on a ledge up above that, so why don't I go explore that? And then, oh, but then there's another cave over here, and now there's a weird-looking gluttonous bear, and then when I started getting back on the path for my quest, I'm like, oh, here's this little wooded area with some scavengers, and oh, now there's this bear that just ambushed me, and now I got, like, all this cool stuff. And you know what? It occurs to me, I don't think I ever went in the mantis cave. There's a big glowing cave back there, and I got distracted by the crabs. I said, you know what? I will check the crabs before I go in this cave, and then I never did. Oh, we got skeletons and crazy stuff here. These are normally pretty friggin' hard. Especially if they're gonna shoot arrows at me. How about if I not aggro the undead skeletons? I remember seeing a zombie earlier. So that might not be a safe way to go to get to the beach, because I think I have to go through the cemetery to get there. Or whatever that thing is. Oh, notice the bloodfly has a blue elder seed. Okay. Can I get any crits? Thank you. Who is this? A bandit. I do not readily detect any loot in the bottom of the river or lake or whatever this is. Pond. Now it's so dark I can't even see. Unless I were to run face first into something, I wouldn't know that there's anything. Incidentally, this nest looks like it's already been crushed, but it wasn't crushed by me. I want to head back to that mantis cave before I forget. Why can I not walk forward? There we are. Another wheel? If these guys have a bed, that would be kind of cool if I could sleep in that bed. Get me some daylight and free healing. In fact, what does it say? Beekeeper's Farm and Burmer's Farm. The beekeepers would have a bed, but I'm so close to Burmer's Farm, maybe I should just go sleep in a bed over here. Let me get a save before I go into this mysterious glowing cave. Oh, now I'm hearing the gobos. What type of gobos are these? Black gobos? Pretty easy when you critical hit them. Seeds of a healing herb. Interesting. I would not have expected the goblins to have plant seeds. I guess it makes sense. That sounds like a shadow beast to me. Did I hear that right? There's some kind of goofy noise going on, like someone's fighting something. Another sacred sock. Now, I think that trick that I have used on the bear with cheesing it against a wall, that usually works on shadow beasts too. I have in the past, in Gothic 2, been successful sneaking up on a sleeping shadow beast, pinning it against a wall, and just chain stunning it to death. So I might be able to do that here. Not if it's awake, though. Oh, that noise is when he scratches himself. That's interesting. This may not go so well. I guess these are supposed to be nocturnal beasts, and they sleep during the day, so I would probably be well served to try this at a different time. I don't know that I can even get close to it if it's awake. Maybe I can lure it over and then... Oh, that's not quite the angle I wanted. I'd like to be able to see it before it gets to me. No, okay, he got me. So I will probably have to come back in the daylight and see if it's sleeping and try to get a better jump on it. Can I get an idea of anything that's in here, though? Kind of looks like that might be a rune glowing and sparkling over there, but it could just be a spell scroll. Oh, where's my torch? No. Oh, there's a shadow beast. I'm dead. I didn't realize he had aggroed me. Also, that's a really tall chimney on that building. Run away! Run away! I did get a new skill level. How did that happen? I didn't think I could get any more. 92% now. Maybe there's a limit on how many you can get from each source. So I had previously maxed out my wood chopping. So I can try to find a bed to steal over here, I guess. I'll appreciate getting... Oh, I thought I was going to land in deeper water than this. And get my free healing and get some daylight, and maybe that shadow beast will be asleep with any luck, and I can try to ambush it. Where's a bed, though? Where do you people sleep, and why are you still working this late in the day? Burma runs some sort of, like, crazy work schedule here where no one gets to sleep? I will save before I accidentally get caught stealing. just in case. Oh. Anything else? Ah, there's another chest. If this one is locked, though, I might be visible or close enough to be heard. It'd be great if I could close the door. No lock and nobody has yelled at me. My thievery has gone unnoticed. Oh, but it's raining. That's an inconvenience. Hey, that's a cool God ray effect, though. The sun coming over the trees with the rain. Very pretty look with the DX11 on right now. I really wish that wind sound could have a little bit better fade. It always seems to just pop in a little too aggressively. Okay, this Shadow Beast might be awake. No, okay, it is sleeping. Good. At the very least, I can creep around here and steal everything. I think I have everything I need to... for trophy-wise for a Shadow Beast. Like, is a Shadow Beast horn gonna be a separate item? Or does that fall under, like, the fangs and claws that I already have? Can I have transform into Snapper or whatever that is? I guess not. Why you no give spell scroll? I also can't loot this guy's body. I think maybe I'll just leave the Shadow Beast alone and come back later. Just because I'm not confident that the, well, you know what, let me stay crouched and walk a little further away before I start screwing around with my inventory. I'm not totally confident that the Shadow Beast horn is something I can take. I can take boar fangs, but that kind of looks like a tusk to me. And you would think if I could take a boar tusk, then I could take a Shadow Beast horn, but they consider that a fang. So, knowing that that's going to be a really difficult fight, even if I do get it cornered, and being uncertain if I can take the horn, I'll probably just ignore it for the time being. Oh, there's another boar. Die, you poor thing. I figured out why one of my mice wasn't... one of my mice wheels wasn't working is because I had it configured for left-handed use and I was using it with my right hand. That's one mystery solved, but that doesn't explain why the other two weren't working. And technically that one is not a mouse wheel, but it's a touch scroll. The left swipe is the well, by default left is vertical and the right swipe is horizontal. You just go up and down on both of them to go whichever direction and whichever axis. And the other one is a twist to scroll, and then the third one was an actual mouse wheel, so... got lots of variety in scrolling methods with all these things. I think these Eastern Violets are kind of important for some recipe. What was it for? The permanent health one? Something needed Eastern Violets for one of those important recipes. Like, I don't think the strength or dexterity ones. I thought those ones were kind of just straightforward with their normal dragon root or goblin berry. Transform into meat bug. Now I can infiltrate ancient abandoned monastery. It is sometimes really hard to see these plants. This is why people always advocate running around with telekinesis equipped so you can have a better chance of finding this stuff. And that honestly was something that never really occurred to me when I was first playing these games back in the very early 2000s. But it is a handy trick, but on the one hand, it does kind of effectively turn the game into item or icon hunting. Because it's just, you know, you can't see it until the text pops up, so it's not too much different than just if they had markers over it. It's just one more extra step where you have to equip a thing to... Well, I guess it might be 2 extra steps, because you have to have a specific item equipped and be looking directly at it with line of sight. There's some cool stuff on that ledge, so I'm going to see if there's a way to get over there. What is this noise? Oh, those are those, like, weird shadowy gobos. Well, what's a weird shadowy gobo gonna be like to fight? Do I need to even fight them? Can I climb up here? Heyo! That's the way you do it. Money for nothing and your chicks for free. I really don't know that I want to fight any of that stuff. In fact, was that a... Okay, yeah, that's the weird disturbing beast. The Field Raider variant that struggled mightily to fight in the fields outside of Zilbach. I mean, I might be able to take a turtle these days. I don't know. Add some ample bonuses to my... Oh no, they're running all the way over there. Guard's crossbow. Geyser spell. Another telekinesis, that's nice. Mana essence. Please tell me they're not about to come up behind me somehow. So a guard crossbow is what, 50 and 70? That's pretty nice. Maybe one of these days I'll train better accuracy with this thing. It will not be this day. Oh no, I don't want to fight weird, creepy, shadowy gobos. Did they kill this boar? Sure wasn't me. Alright, so this is where I think this guy Lemus is, but I'm not really 100% certain on that, because there's supposed to be a tower somewhere, and I don't know where the tower would be. There's got to be somewhere near a beach and a tower. So unless that, if you look at the number 2 at the Vardal Ruins, on the bottom edge you can see there's like kind of a light tan area against the water. So unless that is a beach, but still, I don't know. I find it really hard to believe that the quest would send me... Oh, that might be a tower over there. Okay. That finally gives me more confidence that I might be in the right place. So I was thinking like... Oh no. I was thinking it wouldn't... I would not expect the quest to send me that far across the map into what seems like obviously more difficult enemies. Much closer to mid or late game enemies just to join a faction. I mean, the game is certainly not beyond doing that, since Gothic 2, they make you go into the Valley of Mines when you have absolutely not enough experience to be fighting orcs. And that's kind of the fun, is just having to avoid certain death everywhere you go and be super selective about how you explore the map. But still, I would not expect that kind of stress and tension for a faction membership quest. Oh, this is fun. My ears love this. Were harpies always that loud and obnoxious?
Niczego tu nie znajdę.
Nothing to be had there. There's a teleport. That would be neat if I could get a rune for this.
Niczego tu nie znajdę.
Nothing to be had there. Teleportation rune, very nice. I don't know how often I'll be teleporting out here. Also, an elixir of strength. Hello. So as we know from the tutorials and things, I can use this right now. I don't have to wait until 70 hours later I can just get a free bonus now because it's going to track separately. How fun. This is as far as that goes, though. I still have the option to pray at the Adonos shrine to get some more protection. There's somebody named Roy's chest. With a packet of swamp weed. Getting a little bit paranoid about falling off a cliff and dying, so let me just save. Ooh. This is very nice. Fun little area, good rewards. But that does mean I can warp back to town without exploring that other path back like I had intended. Which maybe that's fine. I'll always be able to explore it later. Maybe with any luck I can get some more clamshells here and get 2 more pearls. Oh no, it's a cave. I don't want to explore a cave right now. Openable shell, aka a clam. We have a little bit of interesting music. Interesting. I like that it's new. It doesn't seem to be based on any established songs that I can remember. That little flute line that plays at the end, it kind of trails off in a weird way that doesn't feel quite right to me, but I like this opening thing with the low accordion or whatever that is. I like this early part of the flute. It's almost got that pirate camp vibe just because of the accordion. I don't know if you call it strumming or I don't play accordion. I play brass instruments and a little bit of bass guitar and electric guitar, but it's got that the pirate camp vibe, but with a little bit more of a darker timbre to it, which is kind of cool. Maybe this track won't prove to be as memorable as some of the other original Gothic 2 tracks, but I like hearing something different. The other tracks that are largely based on the existing tracks with the remixed harmonies and accompaniments, very nice, but at a certain point you are like, okay, I know this song.
A czego ty tam szukałeś, ha?
My business is that I wanted to sleep in your bed and maybe steal all of your possessions. So I would appreciate it if you would look the other way while I take advantage of your personal property. I guess the one really good thing about the remixed lockpick combinations, how it resets to a new random value if you
Co to ma
load your
być?
save,
Co ty tutaj robisz?
is it's conditioned me to just not save scum. Because even though I could, oh, I broke 2 lockpicks, let me reload and see if I can do it with breaking only 1. You know, it's the kind of thing where I just accept that, okay, it's gonna happen. Just let it average itself out and deal with it. What is Harold doing? He's like got his arm out like he's... I want to talk to that guy.
Jeszcze cię tu nie widziałem, chłopcze. Kim jesteś?
My name is Marvin.
Nazywam się Marvin. Niedawno przybyłem na wyspę.
Harold, z tej strony. Jesteś jednym z ocalałych z Londram?
Widzę, że plotki szybko się rozchodzą.
Plotki i opinie.
What do you mean?
Co masz na myśli?
Znam takich, którzy chcieliby was wyrzucić do morza. Albo odesłać tam, skąd przybyliście.
A ty jakie masz zdanie na ten temat?
Nie jestem jedną z tych osób. Zawsze powtarzam, że bliźnim trzeba pomagać. Nigdy nie wiesz, kiedy sam będziesz potrzebował pomocy. A różnie w życiu bywa. Szczególnie w tak trudnych czasach. Powiedz, co mogę dla ciebie zrobić?
How you doing?
Co słychać?
Cholerna mewa znowu podkradła mi małża. Gdybym miał tylko tu swoją kuszę, te ptaszyska zaśpiewałyby inaczej.
What's your crossbow?
Co słychać?
Niech wiatr zawsze wieje ci w plecy, a słońce świeci w twarz.
Co słychać?
Cholerna mewa znowu podkradła mi małża. Gdybym miał tylko tu swoją kuszę, te ptaszy...
Czym się tu zajmujesz?
Zbieram różne cudeńka wyrzucane przez morze.
Da się wyżyć ze zbierania śmieci?
Wypraszam sobie, chłopcze, to żadne śmieci. Małże mogę upiec na ognisku, a za jedną perłę jestem w stanie przeżyć pełny tydzień. Z czegoś w końcu muszę się utrzymać, a na nowy statek mnie nie stać.
This guy gets enough income to survive for a week, selling 1 pearl.
Sprzedajesz może swoje towary?
Zwykle skupują je ode mnie kupcy z Archolos, ale mam parę perełek na sprzedaż. Spójrz sam, a może coś ci wpadnie w oko.
Maybe I will.
Pokaż mi, co masz na sprzedaż.
I don't really want to buy your pearls, though. They're kind of expensive. And there's another pouch of old coins. Quick oysters. Guess I'll buy it. I don't really want to buy this either, but I think I'm gonna need to at some point.
Muszę już iść.
There's gotta be a reward for getting X number of
Chwila.
Oh, let me ask you this before you leave.
Miałeś kiedyś statek?
To stare czasy. Wiele lat temu razem z moim kapitanem opłynęliśmy cały wschodni archipelag. Od Archolos po odległy Kontir. Niestraszne nam były burze, piraci i morskie potwory.
Z czego się utrzymywaliście?
Ze sprzedaży towarów i transportu ludzi, jak na niezrzeszonych kupców, szło nam całkiem nieźle. Z czasem dorobiłem się swojej własnej kogi, ale nie popływałem nią za długo, bo została zawłaszczona przez królewskich. Jej wrak już pewnie dawno leży na dnie morza.
Muszę już iść.
Pomyślnych wiatrów, chłopcze.
What a nice fellow.
Kto opowiada takie rzeczy?
Well, there's got to be some reward for bringing like 50 of these old coins or something, so as rare and spread out as they seem to be, especially with only finding like one at a time in some random out of the way places, I'm like, you know, maybe I'll just go ahead and buy them. I'll buy those big bags, even though they're like, don't appear to give a whole lot and they're not as, you know, it's more expensive to do that than what I get back. Didn't I buy one though? Did I open it already? Like, am I having a stroke right now? Did I already open it while I was talking and thinking about other things? Maybe I did. See, if this were a live stream, y'all would be able to help me and say, yeah, you did. But I'm not a big fan of live streaming, to be honest, because it makes it harder to fit in a schedule, and I don't like the idea of interacting with chat all the time and trying to be actively entertaining in that manner. That's even more distracting from playing the game. Frankly, you know, I'm not a big fan of doing these Let's Plays in the first place, just because it's more mentally demanding. I got an oyster, look at that. More mentally demanding, I feel. There's 8 pearls.
Nic tu nie ma.
Having to be like providing active commentary and reacting and trying to be entertaining about things, and it also makes it harder to organize footage and take notes, and like I've been recently criticized for supposedly ruining playthroughs by like spending too much time testing mechanics and loading my save to try different things and repeatedly dying against difficult enemies, because like I guess that makes it less fun to watch if you're just watching load screens all the time. I understand that. If you just want to watch a straightforward playthrough, you know, watching someone constantly struggle with that stuff and test all the limits is probably not very entertaining. But that's what I have to do as a reviewer, you know. You play games a little bit differently when you're trying to provide a slightly deeper critical commentary about the game for reviews purposes. But that's not always an entertaining thing to watch, and so there's a little bit of an at-odds purposing between playing the game to review and playing the game to be entertaining. And so I hope that, at least at this playthrough, I'm trying to be a little bit more straightforward on things, and hopefully that's entertaining. Hopefully it will not compromise the quality of my review very much, but we'll see. Anyway, I can talk to this guy, Sven. Hi, I'm new here.
Cześć, jestem tu nowy.
Czego chcesz, gnojko?
You're a lot less nice than Harold was.
Nie szukam kłopotów.
Nie masz nawet odwagi się postawić? Żałosne! To, że unikasz walki, może się jednak przydać. Słuchaj, jest pewna sprawa, z którą potrzebuję pomocy, ale nie mogę się z tym zwrócić do nikogo z tutejszych. Oczywiście słono za to zapłacę.
Co to za sprawa?
Założyłem się z Haroldem, że złowię więcej ryb niż on. Byłem wtedy trochę podpity, koledzy się przyglądali, no i stanęło na tym, że postawiłem własną chatę. Potrzebuję teraz małego wsparcia w wygraniu zakładu.
A bet's a bet.
Zamierzasz oszukiwać?
Zaraz oszukiwać, po prostu chcę trochę wyrównać szanse. Harold łowi znacznie dłużej niż ja. Jeśli mu utrudnimy łowienie, to zakład będzie dużo bardziej sprawiedliwy.
Nie możesz odwołać zakładu?
I co powiem? Że jednak Harold jest lepszy? To jeszcze
Wow.
gorzej niż stracić chatę.
It's like, what's the situation here with all you guys? Some of the generic people were named settlers. Like, some of these huts is this communal property, and Sven has his own private hut in this tiny little community? I need to learn more about the living arrangements and the societal function of this little group of people. I will agree, but that doesn't mean that I have to follow through.
Dobra, pomogę ci. Co mam dokładnie zrobić?
W sumie to się nad tym jakoś specjalnie nie zastanawiałem. Może by mu uszkodzić sieć? Nie, to zbyt oczywiste i pewnie i tak weźmie jakąś zapasową. Może by go czymś struć?
Czy zakład po prostu nie odbędzie się w takim wypadku innego dnia?
Masz rację. Wiem, weź to i potnij mu trochę łódkę. To da z mnóstwem sieci dookoła.
A saw.
Jesteś pewny, że to dobry pomysł? A co jeśli coś się komuś stanie?
Daj spokój, łódka nie nabiera tak szybko wody. Zauważy, że coś jest nie tak i będzie musiał się poddać. Poza tym nie wypływamy daleko w morze, wszystko będzie dobrze. A teraz idź i się tym zajmij tak, żeby nikt nie widział. I przypadkiem nie wygadaj nic Haroldowi.
Oh, I'm tempted to say something to Harold, because Harold was super nice. That's the guy I need for my quest. Liman. I'll talk to him last, though. I want to ask these generic settlers.
Co możesz mi powiedzieć o tej okolicy?
Jeśli sądzisz, że topielce to najgorsze, co możecie spotkać na plaży, to grubo się mylisz. Gdy kiedykolwiek ujrzysz węża morskiego, uciekaj najszybciej jak możesz. Sama widziałam, jak kilku łowców Archolos próbowało powalić jednego. Te węże to nie przelewki.
I still don't know what a sea shark is.
Co możesz mi powiedzieć o tej okolicy?
Jeśli sądzisz, że topielce to najgorsze, gdy kiedykolwiek ujrzysz...
Alright, does this other woman have a
Hey.
different line?
Co możesz mi powiedzieć o tej okolicy?
Jeśli sądzisz, że
Nope.
kiedy
Jak idzie praca?
ostatnio wyławiam więcej butów niż ryb. Będę szczera, przeraża mnie to. Wątpię, by właściciele tego obuwia dopływali na brzeg.
Mm,
Nie wyglądasz mi na rybaka ani na marynarza. Co cię do nas sprowadza?
who are you?
Kim jesteś?
Na imię mi Zachary i pilnuję, żeby ci wszyscy narwańcy nie skakali sobie do gardeł.
Jesteś kimś w rodzaju zarządcy?
Wolę określenie opiekun. Ktoś musi mieć oko na porządek i jakość pracy w ustroni. Jako że prawie całe swoje życie spędziłem wśród rybaków i marynarzy, ludzie wybrali mnie opiekunem niemal jednogłośnie.
Panują tu jakieś prawa?
Nie spodziewaj się, że wydam cię straży, jeśli prewencyjnie obijesz czyjąś gębę. Ale jeśli położysz łapę na czyjejś własności lub ktoś przez ciebie zginie, nie licz wtedy na wyrozumiałość moją i innych.
Co możesz mi powiedzieć o tym miejscu?
U stronie żeglarza, jak sam widzisz, jest niewielką osadą rybacką. Nie znajdziesz tu tawerny, kramów kupieckich i warsztatów. Co najwyżej parę skleconych z drewna chat i miejsce do ogrzania wychłodzonych kości. Zanim wybuchła wojna, wielu żeglarzy z kontynentu i Korinis zatrzymywało się tu na odpoczynek przed wpłynięciem do portu. Od kilku lat jednak miejsce jest wyludnione i służy tylko rybakom za punkt przeliczenia połowów.
Macie tu jakieś problemy?
Oprócz grup, błotniaków i topielców wałęsających się od czasu do czasu po mieliźnie, Ustronie jest oazą spokoju. Ostatnio kręci się tu coraz więcej strażników, więc bezpieczniej być nie może.
Nie sprawiają wam kłopotów?
To, że inni narzekają na ich obecność, nie znaczy, że ja myślę podobnie. Jestem gotów zapłacić tę niewielką cenę, żeby ludzie pracowali tu jak należy. Właściwie to jest jedna problematyczna sprawa, której mógłbyś się przyjrzeć, o ile starczy ci odwagi. Ostrzegam, to nie będzie zbieranie muszelek na plaży.
Co to za sprawa?
W skałach pod ruinami wieży mamy jaskinię ze składzikiem na towary. Jedna z odnóg tej jaskini była od niepamiętnych czasów zamknięta i nikogo nie ciągnęłoby to zmieniać. Kilka dni temu jakiś nowy zaczął się przechwalać, że znalazł klucz. Mówiłem mu, żeby zostawił sprawę i że niektóre drzwi po prostu nie powinny zostać otwarte. Niestety, następnego ranka drzwi były już uchylone, klucz w zamku, a po młodym ani śladu.
Ah,
Co
he did.
gorsza, z dołu jaskini unosił się jakiś nieprzyjemny zapach i było słychać dziwne odgłosy. Coś jak stukot. A może trzaskanie? Sam nie wiem. Głupio się przyznać, ale spanikowałem. Zamknąłem drzwi na klucz i po prostu uciekłem. Nie mówiłem nic pozostałym, żeby nie wywoływać paniki, ale zaczynają się pytania, a i mnie samego coraz bardziej sumienie gryzie. Spałbym spokojniej, gdybym chociaż wiedział, co się stało z tym chłopakiem i mając pewność, że nic nam z tej jaskini nie wylezie.
Sprawdzę tę jaskinię.
Trzymaj, oto klucz do drzwi. Tylko pamiętaj, idziesz tam na własną odpowiedzialność.
Quite a lot of descriptive dialogue about the circumstances surrounding those events and what that guy thinks before and after and during.
Co słychać?
Ostatnio ciągle wieje wiatr ze wschodu, a to oznacza, że wszystkie ryby dają chodu na otwarte morze. Chyba czas posyłać chłopców na dłuższe wycieczki.
Muszę już lecieć.
Trzymaj się, chłopcze.
What's going on in here? Fisherman. 2 beds. Karin. Karin. Oh. The spicy soup with cabbage and fish in there that I didn't see. Can I steal the spicy soup with cabbage and the fish? Nobody is going to yell at me, are they? Honey? Yes.
Teraz każdy już o tym wie. Ktoś musi pracować.
Co możesz mi
Nie jest nas wielu, ale podoba mi się to. Nie mógłbym wytrzymać w mieście, gdzie codziennie spotykasz nową twarz. Tutaj doskonale wiesz, kiedy ktoś próbuje cię oszukać, a kiedy przyjacielsko z ciebie żartuje.
Nie mogę. Zawsze to powtarzałam.
Co to ma być?
But
Co ty tutaj robisz?
you didn't see me until I creeped. What is... That made no sense.
Nie wierzę w to.
Does anyone see me now? Snapperweed oysters. I got Roy, Karin, Yannick.
Było, gdyby się przymknął. Kto tu opowiada takie rzeczy? I pracuje nie
And that's my guy Liman.
Zawsze to powtarzałam. Tak, to bardzo typowe.
So let's take note. How many beds are there in this place? Because this might be a design error. One bed. For how many people? There's Lehman back there is one. And I count from left to right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 definitely here. I think there's a 13 or 14th standing down below here. Yeah. 13, 14. So there's at least 14 people here, and there's no way there's 14 beds. There's one in that shack. 2, 3. Four, 5. Six. Where do the other 8 people sleep? Do these people run on like military shift rotations where they only have like where there's always 6 people working at all times and 6 people sleeping?
Zawsze to powtarzałam.
Minor detail, but something that could have been handled a little better if there could have been one more shack that was just a large like communal sleeping area.
Naprawdę, sama widziałam.
I'll talk to Liman last. So let me find Yannick and Karen and Roy.
Hej, ty,
Oh, he's a runner. Okay.
co słychać?
Czy my się znamy? Nie wydaje mi się, więc z łaski swojej idź stąd.
Zabierz mnie do...
He's
W sumie coś...
a carrier. He's a sailor. Here's
Hey.
Karen. Who are you?
Kim jesteś?
Jestem Karin, wędrowna śpiewaczka. Chodzę z miejsca na miejsce, zabawiam miejscowych muzyką i śpiewem.
All this weird glitching that keeps happening in this area where like vectors just keep popping off randomly or something. Oh,
Co słychać?
should have asked her.
Wyglądasz na strapionego. Siadaj, wsłuchaj się w muzykę i zapomnij o swoich problemach, chociaż na chwilę.
I mean, it was a little sexist to
Co
ask,
słychać?
but
Nadal czuję twoich słów niepowtarzalny smak. A może... Czy odnajdę twoich słów niepowtarzalny smak? Nie mogę się zdecydować, co brzmi lepiej.
Co słychać?
Wyglądasz na
okay. Maybe she'll be involved with some quest. But I do kind of want to know what she was about to say, what she would have said if I had asked about the sexism in the profession. Who are you?
Kim jesteś?
Nazywam się Roy. Pewnie cię to nie zdziwi, ale pracuję tu jako rybak. A ty to kto?
Marvin.
Marvin. A to ciekawe. Nie widziałem cię tu wcześniej. Czego ci
There it
trzeba?
was. A weird graphical glitch. How you
Co
doing?
słychać?
Poszedłbym do miasta spróbować tych słynnych nalewek Ernesto, ale trzeba najpierw na nie zarobić.
Czym się tu zajmujesz?
Handluję różnymi rzeczami. Za złoto, oczywiście.
Jesteś członkiem gildii kupieckiej?
Jeszcze nie zwariowałem. Składki, które musiałbym wpłacać do kantoru gildii, byłyby większe niż średnia kwota, którą zarabiam. A to by mi się zwyczajnie nie opłacało.
Skąd w takim razie pozyskujesz swoje towary?
Łażę po okolicy i zbieram różne rzeczy. Lub kupuję taniej i sprzedaję drożej. Czasami też komuś pomogę. To dostanę coś w zamian.
There's that leather set that I kind of like. It's got good stats, and I kind of like the look of it, but again, if I'm getting close to getting free faction armor, I'd like to know what the faction armor is before I buy any of this armor.
Co mogę u ciebie kupić?
Wybierz, co ci się podoba.
Show me your goods. Oh, he's got some pincers. Fish skins, fisherman fish chops. I don't need any of that. Alright, into the caves. I believe I shall go. Quick save. So is this the locked door? Balony. And see, like in here, they could have put some beds. That would be believable that some folks sleep in a cave. But I don't see no beds. What's new?
Co nowego?
Jestem zajęty. Zostaw mnie w spokoju.
Okay. Oh, it's Skellington Gobos. Died pretty easy. I wonder if these things are like super weak to bludgeoning weapons. And see, I remember these things being like pretty hard at the start of Gothic 2. Like there was, you do whatever that quest is, I think with the Greg. Technically this is Night of the Raven. And you'd end up near, like, Onar's farm or whatever, and there was some... The Second Circle, Volume 1. Heyo! That's a spot where I can learn to do some magic with that. In a random cave somewhere. Whoops. But anyway, you'd end up near, I think, Onar's farm, and there were goblin skeletons not too far off the path, and they would just destroy you.
Niczego tu nie znajdę.
I've gotten much stronger since then, but still handled these ones pretty easily. What happens if I just pray generically at the statue right now? He heals me. Well, I guess I don't need to pray and donate whatever, because there's no way the game is going to give you separate rewards for each one, right? Feels weird. So I picked up something that said Uniter. I just assumed that was a weapon. I didn't really look at the item model before I picked it up. What in the hell did I pick up?
Rozumiem.
Here it is. It's a book. Only a few fragments have survived of the century-old book. +1 strength is cool. But thus came the night, darker and longer than any other before. The sea angered, oars moved, horns held, and drums played a measured song. The chief of the north looked with scorn at the king of the south and challenged him, and the war soon enveloped the blessed land. The clash of iron was carried grimly across fields and forests, hills and valleys, and the promise of the hard-fought peace was broken. Two warlords shook the very foundations of Archolos, calling upon ancestral spirits to stand by their side. But only the wind answered them. Holding anger and depravity in their hearts, the two rivals waged a bloody war that took young and old, poor and rich alike. Then the Uniter raised an unblemished blade in the sky and cut the chains of the feud, turning the warring lords back to the path of righteousness. And so he brought balance through the Peacemaker, and as long as he wielded as long as he wielded it, no one dared to question his will. Thus, even the fiercest of hearts stopped their men and humbly gave themselves to the justice of he who wields the power of the Lord. So there's something called a Peacemaker. That means something to someone. I kind of forgotten what other potentially fun things I might have picked up in here. Kid died. Murdered by gobo skeletons. I'll take that.
Niczego tu nie znajdę.
Nothing to be had there. In fact, I did loot both of them down there, right?
Nie ma czego plądrować.
Oh, I
Nic
missed
tu
some.
nie znajdę.
Missed some shrooms. I am shocked that these people could live here however long, leave that door sealed, and never inspect it. It's such a small room. Like, I was fully expecting it to be this really long tunnel that would wind far down under the thing, and like it was gonna be something that was really kind of remote that they would never want to really go out of their way to inspect. But no, the door was just right there. And yet they're like, no, let's not ever bother looking in here. We'll just leave this thing closed at all times. Which one of you is Zachary? Here you are. So, your boy, what's his name? He did. But the thing is safe to use now.
Jaskinia sprawdzona.
I co znalazłeś?
Jest tam coś w rodzaju cmentarza. Żadni jego mieszkańcy nie powinni już was niepokoić. Niestety, dla twojego kolegi było już za późno.
Cholera, czemu ten dzieciak mnie nie posłuchał? Zamknę tą cholerną jaskinię, a klucz wrzucę do morza, tak żeby już nikt go nie znalazł. Proszę, weź te kilka drobiazgów jako dowód mojej wdzięczności.
Or you guys could take more of an active interest in it and maintain it and make it useful.
Co słychać?
Słyszałem plotki, że jacyś obcy dotarli na wyspę. Mam tylko nadzieję, że się wezmą do roboty, a nie będą leżeć do góry brzuchem z flaszką gorzałki.
Muszę już lecieć.
Trzymaj się, chłopcze.
Well, that's the one for that. I have the option to rat him out to Harold, which I'm kind of tempted to do. I don't like the idea of sabotaging anybody's boat here in this nice, peaceful little community. Is this Harold? That's Roy.
Hej, ty!
Roy's our boy. This is somebody. That's Harold? No, that's Yannick. Yannick has the mohawk. Here you are.
Hej, ty! Sven zamierza oszukiwać podczas waszego zakładu.
A to ci drań. Wiedziałem, że temu idiocie nie ma co ufać. To co zamierzał? Chciał sieci mi pociąć? Czy może wiosła połamać?
Dał mi piłę i kazał uszkodzić twoją łódź.
Cholera, co on sobie myśli? Przecież cała moja łódź poszłaby na dno. Mógłbym nawet zginąć. O nie, tak tego nie zostawię. Zapłacę ci 2 razy tyle, jeśli uszkodzisz jego łódź. Niech poczuje na własnej skórze, jak głupi był to pomysł.
Oh no.
Nie boisz się, że jemu coś się stanie?
Svena to chyba własna matka próbowała utopić za młodu. Facet pływa lepiej niż niejedna ryba. Trochę zmoknie, trochę zmarznie, a przede wszystkim zostanie upokorzony.
Sami psujcie swoje łodzie.
Już ja sobie porozmawiam ze Svenem.
I didn't manage to help any of the 2 fishermen win their bet. I think I can forget about the reward already. I mean, if they're paying me money, I'm probably okay with that. This is just kind of a dumbass feud to be having. Let's sabotage each other's boats in this fishing community. Like, is Harold coming over here to have a conversation with somebody, or is he just trying to get to the fire? Because if he's going to have a conversation that I can overhear, I might be okay with this. Just to have, like, a neutral resolution to the quest. Oh no.
Nie widzisz, że jestem zajęty? Zostaw mnie w spokoju.
Nie widzisz, że coś robię? Spadaj!
Spadaj. So if they are going to talk, it's not going to be in full subtitles. They're doing like that typical half conversation thing where it's just little snippets of random lines, and I don't know Polish, so I don't know what the hell they're saying. Maybe if I sleep, they'll finish their business, and then by the morning I can possibly get a resolution out of it.
Nie widzisz, że coś robi?
Oh.
Nie widzisz, że...
When are you guys gonna settle your beef? This might be a pretty undesirable outcome if these guys are gonna spend the rest of their lives talking and not allowing me to talk to them. Yeah, I really don't like the idea of sabotaging anybody's boat. But I guess I have to really resolve the quest.
Hej! No dobrze, pomogę ci.
Świetnie, nie pożałujesz tego. A więc tak, zrób jego łodzi dokładnie to samo, co miałeś zrobić mojej. Pewnie powiedział ci, gdzie jest moja, prawda? Jego zacumowana jest zaraz obok. Rozpoznasz ją po całej stercie śmieci. Trzymaj. Potraktuj to jako zaliczkę.
Muszę już iść.
Pomyślnych...
Now do I tell Sven and get him to up the ante? Hey Sven.
Hej!
Oh. Alright. This one has spilled rum, grog. This one has the nets. The other ones are not marked in any way, are they? Well, Harold was nice when we first met. Sven was not. Harold has function as a merchant. Sven does not. Harold is paying more. Sven is paying less. And Harold is a better fisherman, so he perhaps provides for this community more than Sven. So sabotaging Sven's boat is the way to go.
Lepiej poczekać z tym,
Better
aż
to
się
wait
ściemni.
until it's dark. I was wondering what was going to be the requirement for that. They'd made a point early about not being seen. But of course, there's only 6 beds here and there's like 14 people, so ain't everybody going to be asleep, are they? Like, look at this. She's just sitting out here by herself on the sand, leaning up against some fish. She's on a rug. This is horrible. Get these people some beds. You got 14 or more people and only 6 beds. How do you live in this community for this long without building more beds or huts? The people are crazy. No way in hell would I be content to live here if I had to sleep on the sand leaning up against a crate full of fish every night. So what did that do? Got rid of the counter tension on the mast. They said that we were putting holes in it to make it leak slowly. Hey, you.
Cholera, co się dzieje?
Let's regnet.
Chwila.
Everything's ready. I guess I could sabotage both of their boats, couldn't I? Was that an option? Teach them both a lesson? I don't know. I didn't think of that until it was too late.
Chwila.
Oh.
Muszę już iść.
Pomyślnik.
I can't resolve it with him.
Wszystko gotowe.
Wiedziałem, że można na ciebie liczyć. Nie mogę się doczekać miny Harolda, gdy zobaczy, jakiego wspaniała łódź nabiera wody. Widzimy się jutro rano na plaży. Otrzymasz swoją nagrodę, gdy już wygram zakład.
Lehman. Where did Harold go? I want to talk to him. Harold, I request to speak with you. That's Yannick.
Lepiej by było, gdyby się przymknął.
Muszę już iść.
Pomyśl.
I guess I'll sleep. So how was y'all's fishing trip? Oh. This is exciting. Somebody die?
Cholera, trzeba mu pomóc.
Wiem, że to twoja sprawka. Jeszcze ci się za to kiedyś odpłacę.
Chwila.
So add Sven to my list of enemies who at some point later in the game is going to
Chodźmy, przyjacielu.
make things harder.
Uczcijmy moją wygraną.
He can be with Ramona, hanging outside the final dungeon, making me fight like an uber boss battle between both of them before I can beat the game.
Dobra robota. Wiedziałem, że Svenowi nic nie będzie, a przynajmniej w końcu dostał nauczkę. Nawet nie wiem, ile obiecał ci ten osiłek, ale jestem pewny, że te ryby i ich zawartość będą warte znacznie więcej.
Those fish and their contents? You gave me one. You made it sound plural.
Muszę już iść.
Pomyślnych wiatrów, chłopcze.
What's gonna be in it? A black pearl or a random item? Because if it's random, then I'm not too excited about that.
I pracuje niemal przez cały dzień.
A big fish. An ore nugget. Well, that's pretty valuable. I'll take that. It gives me 2. It's worth 200, but it has more utility as a crafting item. And I got some more pearls out of these. Pearl and an oyster.
Nic tu nie ma.
Nothing. Nothing there. Alright. So, I guess I'll take that. It's a reasonable outcome. But I'm curious, I want to double check, can I sabotage both? The fact that I slept, like, did that prevent me from sabotaging the other boat, or was it, as soon as I pick one, the other option is taken away from me?
Muszę już...
Oh, I meant to sleep until night. Wasn't thinking. Sleep until midnight. So if I destroy Harold's boat, I then immediately come over here and destroy Sven's. Okay, no, they force a binary decision on you. Like, I was really hoping I could sabotage both of them and just, like, completely cripple this community. Pure chaotic evil. But, alas. So, I just need to talk to Lehman. Armor promised to recommend me to Lorenzo if I convince Lehman, a local fisherman, to work with the Merchant Guild. I should find him west of the town, somewhere on the beach with a ruined tower. That's probably going to be the last thing I do on this session, is at least talking to him. I have a feeling he may need some convincing, which will involve probably a sub-quest. Who are you?
Kim jesteś?
Nazywam się Liman. Zajmuję się rozdzielaniem zadań pomiędzy tutejszych rybaków. Masz jakąś sprawę?
How you doing?
Jak leci?
Ryby biorą, nie trafiamy na orkowe galery. Może być.
Yep.
Chcesz nieźle zarobić?
Zależy w jaki sposób. Pracuję tylko uczciwie i tylko z uczciwymi ludźmi, więc jeśli lubisz cwaniaczyć, to żegnam.
Wszystko w pełni uczciwie, nie bój nic. Jeden z członków gildii kupieckiej, handlarz Armar, chce nawiązać z tobą współpracę.
Gildia kupiecka i pełna uczciwość. Jakoś nie jestem przekonany.
Wszyscy tutaj są tacy krystaliczni?
Tylko ja i Balni razem służyliśmy w marynarce. Do dziś nie wyzbyliśmy się wpojonych nam tam wartości. I nie mamy zamiaru tego robić w przyszłości. Powiedz, co mi przyjdzie z tej współpracy?
What would be the best to convince him? Like, do they need mercenaries guarding their goods? They probably don't need it. What's his face? Zachary, I think, was saying that guards hang out here. Like, do the guards like to mess around with stuff? Reliable earnings, that's the most, like, straightforward, logical reason to do it.
Pewny zarobek. Gildia nie pozostaje dłużna swoim członkom.
Wspaniale! Kiedy sprzedaję ryby na targu, to też od razu dostaję pieniądze.
Oh, I don't have to pick just one?
Nie znam nikogo, kto by źle wyszedł na współpracy z gildią.
Może i tak, ale na pewno nikt nie zachował przy tym niezależności.
So far, he's not,
Najemnicy będą pilnować twoich towarów.
Do tej pory jakoś sam dawałem sobie radę. Ryby nie są zbyt łakomym kąskiem dla bandytów i złodziei, a odgonić parę topielcy to nie problem. Dobra, już dość usłyszałem. Z takimi opowieściami to lepiej idź do Balniego, nie do mnie. Chociaż też nie do końca, on woli wiarygodne historyjki. W każdym razie na mnie słowa za bardzo nie działają, a póki co, oprócz gadania to nic innego nie robisz.
Może mam zatańczyć i zaśpiewać?
Co ty? Przeleżałeś tydzień pod stertą głazów? Że takie pomysły przychodzą ci do głowy? Udowodnij mi lepiej przydatność współpracy z Archolos, dzieciaku.
W jaki sposób?
Ostatnio wysłałem jednego chłopaka na połów. Gnojek do dzisiaj nie wrócił, chociaż w tym czasie powinien dawno załatwić sprawę. Najgorsze jest to, że miał ze sobą bardzo wysokiej jakości sieć z haczykami, do której łapiemy największe ryby.
O nie, pomińmy fakt, że może mu coś być.
Marvin and I are on the same
Jak dla
page.
mnie to jedyne wytłumaczenie opóźnienia. Pogodziłem się z faktem, że może nie być z nim wszystko w porządku. Tak czy inaczej, jego teren połowów to akwent w okolicach plaży na wschód stąd. Zaraz za tym masywem skalnym. Popłyń tam i sprawdź, o co chodzi. Jeśli żyje, sprowadź go z powrotem, ale przede wszystkim rozglądaj się za siecią. Bez niej nasze obroty spadną na długi czas.
So this might be another one of those situations where it's like an either or and not an and. Lehman wants me to prove the usefulness of working with the Merchants Guild. To do so, I must sail to the beach east. I'm not going to sail there, I'm going to swim there. Search for the special net with hooks and the missing fisherman who used it. But he also said I could talk to Balney, like, as if it might be possible to convince Balney to do it instead, or perhaps in addition. Like, wouldn't the guild like having multiple fishermen supplying them with goods? So, do I get any new dialogue with Balney? No.
Co nowego?
Jestem zajęty. Zostaw mnie w spokoju.
I guess not. What's his face it is? Lehman. Man, 213. I kind of don't want to go sailing around the corner. Let me check with this carrier and see if he can warp me there. I don't even know what that would be labeled on the, Are you the sailor? Yeah, okay.
Zabierz...
The forest near Zilbach, the Amber Coast shipyard and harbor.
W sumie to się...
I don't think any of those are this little thing around the corner. No, I'm gonna guess not. So I really do just need to swim over there. So I don't feel like swimming there right now. So I'm gonna call it quits. Go swimming around the corner. Perhaps tomorrow.